Alrighty guys, welcome back. Here we are just about to jump into our next match for today. It is of course the semi-final, the first semi-final of today. The SuperNoobs are taking on the Horsemen here on Hillsdorf, and I'm pretty excited for this match too. Again, top tier teams, and it's been a while since I've seen the Horsemen actually. Didn't cast them at all during yesterday's August monthly final, so it should be good to see them back in action here. But this map is not really a Horseman sort of map. Himmelsdorf, of course, are one of the least mobile maps in the game, so we'll have to wait and see what they decide to do here. We have seen some pretty crazy strategies come out of the Horsemen on Himmelsdorf before, so it's looking like we'll let them know that we are ready. And surprise, surprise, we've got good old 4 IS3s and 2 AMXs for both teams, which is, well, we didn't really need to go through the tank picks. Alrighty, so right here we've got Faluso, Just Rex, Gorilla, Lindberson, Nun, Dessel, Archon 01, Colin 1120, and Spencer there for the Horsemen. But yeah, previously we've actually seen the Horsemen do some pretty crazy pushes down the railroad tracks into there from the attacking position, most of which haven't actually worked. So I'm hoping for their sake that they don't try and pull off anything like that on the defense here this round, but we'll have to wait and see. So we're getting the rollout happening, so let's actually flick over towards the SuperNoobs and have a run through of their lineup. So here we are in the AMX 12T is going to be Hien. We've got the last driving his IS3, Sunbow in the IS3 as well as Ricky and Ironhide. Tang is going to be in his AMX 5100, NT Lock in that French Tier 8 heavy autoloader as well. And NT Lock going to be heading up the hill. And again, fairly standard sort of setup here for the SuperNoobs, but as per usual, the Horsemen, they're trying something a little bit crazy. Well, certainly a little bit not non-standard right here by sending 4 of their heavies here, 4 of their heavies fairly aggressively up down that 3 line there, down this road. Maybe trying to see if they can get any eyes on the banana from the looks of things. I have actually got Spencer here proxy spotting the banana. For those that don't know, you can effectively spot any tanks within a 25-meter radius of your tank without having line of sight of them, which is exactly what Spencer does. Lets him know whatever tanks are passing through that banana there. And we've got Ricky here in the IS3. Now it's looking like he's going to be poking up the rail tracks at the moment. Not going to be fighting anyone because most of the Horsemen there just guarding out the courtyard from the looks of things. We've got Ironhide pushing up now as well, and he's going to be getting himself onto the one flag fairly soon. It's Tang here in the AMX 5100, not spotting anyone just yet. He's going to be continuing to move up. We've got NT Lock over here in the meantime up the top, looking to see if he can get some early damage from the hill for the SuperNoobs, as we just saw Just Rex take a big hit from one of those IS3s down there. He's dropped down to 959 health, so over 400, oh yeah, about a 440 damage hit there from one of those IS3s. It's looking like we might actually have a bit of a brawl breaking out here on the streets. We've actually got Colin 1120, track was destroyed, decides to let that repair himself as Archon 01 finds Ricky. The first tier 8 goes down, the first tank explodes, and the SuperNoobs are down a little bit of firepower after that, and they need to react. I feel this is exactly, I feel, what the Horsemen wanted. They wanted the SuperNoobs to push on towards this one flag right here, and that's exactly what they've done. But the Horsemen, they were set up for it and have reacted accordingly. So the one flag push is sort of falling a little bit to pieces right here, but actually I see someone coming from behind, Just Rex, and let's take a look. Where are we? Yes, Just Rex in a lot of trouble right there. That's going to be NT Lock coming out and should be able to take out Just Rex. Excellent little bit of a flank there from NT Lock, but he's going to need to do more than that. He's just met Nun Dessel in the IS3 with Excuse me, 100% HP remaining there. And now NT Lock, he's down. Had to reload the auto loader. That's not going to work. Boom. IS3 goes down again. That's going to be Gorilla going down to Ironhide right there. So SuperNoobs with only 2 tier 8 tanks remaining. Ironside uses his repair kit. Reps that ammo rack as well, but it's really not looking good for them. They're going to have to pull off something pretty miraculous here to take this one out. We can see even Spencer getting a few hits in towards that IS3 there. Arcono1 does take down Ironhide, so the last is going to be the last, well, living up to his name, the last IS3 alive right here. One more shot is going to send him up in smoke from Spencer, in fact, and we've just got here, just waiting it out. And I think he might actually be proxy spotted fairly soon. So, yeah. Oh, Arcono1. I think he sees him there. And Colin 1120 going to be able to get one shot on towards him. Drop him down to 257 HP. And Arcono1 is... oh, going to be able to... no? Not quite get the shot. But there we go. Oh, we can see it's a tier 6 off. And he wins that one at least. But goes down straight after. So... barely convincing win there from the Horsemen, actually, and again, bit of an interesting strategy, deciding to push down that sort of near the railroad, which they do like to do. They don't often go for that kind of centre of town flag. Definitely a good bit of play. So we can see on the battle results right there, Colin 1120, he was top scorer for the Horsemen. 9 shots fired, 6 direct hits for a total of 2.1 thousand damage. And didn't block any damage by armor, which is always an interesting stat, but none Desu there. 1.9k damage as well, so really did some good work. And the AMXs were up the top on the SuperNoobs lineup, 5 and 6 shots apiece, so they pretty much emptied their clips. But again, you know, that's why AMXs, even though 2 does seem to be the standard here on Himmelsdorf, I don't know, I'm still not a big fan. Like we just saw, you know, Tang had to duck back, had to reload, and you know, got to think, what if he was in an IS3? What if he could just get, you know, 1 or 2 more shots out before he dropped? Alrighty, so we're swapping sides now, of course, and it's going to be the SuperNoobs this time on the defense, Horsemen on the attack, and to start off with, the Horsemen have picked 2 IS3s, as have the SuperNoobs. And again, going to be expecting very, very similar lineups to what we just saw, as this is Himmelsdorf. So... okay. And we've got a couple of 5100s coming in there for both teams, and they're probably going to pick another 2 IS3s next up, I'd say. And of course, the loser of this match does not go straight home, but the loser does go into the game for 3rd place for this week's cup. So, and that should be a pretty interesting 3rd place match as well. We've got, in the meantime, on the other side of the bracket, Team VN battling it out at the moment against the Saigon Tanker Club. So the winner of that match is going to progress into, obviously, the grand final. The loser going to be facing the loser of this match in the game for 3rd place. Alrighty, and it's looking like just might have been a bit of confusion up the top there. I think Ironhide put 2 IS3s, and it might not have been counted. But anyways, It's not like it matters here on Himmelsdorf anyway, because everyone knows what the other team is going to be picking. So T37 is going to be the pick there. Oop, let's not type in caps, that's never fun. There we go. Let everyone know that we're ready to roll. And yeah, the Horsemen on Himmelsdorf, they might do a banana rush. Alrighty, but let's go ahead and take a look. See whether they do decide to push down that 7-8 line, down the banana. 23, I should say, seconds left on the clock. But yeah, would not be surprised to say. Oh, actually, they could do a hill push. The Horsemen, that's a kind of Horseman thing to do. But I think SuperNoobs probably going to be setting up into some fairly standard defensive positions. Not going to be seeing them push out quite as far as the Horsemen did. And yep, Horsemen are doing a hill push. There we go. So you can guarantee that the Horsemen, they're not going to do, they're not going to do the standard sort of, oh yeah, let's just sit along the G line, let's try and get some picks, let's send one AMX up the top hill to try and trade with something. They're not going to do that because they're the Horsemen. These guys, these guys, they're going to play their own game effectively. So in the meantime, we can actually see Spencer there. Ooh, he's actually been had his track damage, but did manage to get the shot off. And Spencer playing very aggressively right there, but he's actually got an IS3 coming up from behind him. That's a big shot there. And the radio goes down as well, which is very good for a scout. And the gunner's going to be going down onto Spencer's tank right there as well. And he does take another hit. One or two more shots. Ooh, just dodges the IS3, but cannot dodge the T37 shots there. And that is going to be him taking him out. But in the meantime, that IS3 that pushed a little bit down the 8 line, they've actually completely missed the pushing kind of wall of steel that is the Horsemen right here, who, oh, brilliant few ricochets coming in for Archon 01 right there. And the Horsemen have managed to get in, well, down the hill with not much damage, I say that. Although as Gorilla, he's not looking too good. Dropped down to 29% right there. Does manage to duck behind the corner and kind of draw a little bit of aggro. So that might have actually been a good little bit of play there from Gorilla, I think, as this IS3 is going to be the focus of these Horsemen here. That's going to be Ironhide going down. You can see Just Rex here in the AMX 5100 dropped down to 55% HP. Has to be very, very careful. That's going to be an IS3 poking him around the corner. One more shot will be enough to finish him off. He is not letting it go lightly, though. Does go down, but emptied out almost all of his autoloader, I want to say, before going down. In the meantime, though, let's flick over to the SuperNoobs perspective. We can see right here, Ricky, he's not looking too well. 336 HP on 23%. We've also got Tang here as well, 74% in his AMX 5100, so the brawl is still going on, and at the moment it's actually pretty even, both teams having lost one tier 8 tank. But there we go, Ricky goes down, another one of the SuperNoobs going down there, and Nun Desu is going to be going down to Tang. We've got NT Lock rotating up now as well, as in the meantime another tank goes down. It's going to be Gorilla. So this is actually very, very even right here. Faluso, Arkan, and Colin still up for the Horsemen. 3 tier 8s left up for the SuperNoobs as well. But the SuperNoobs have those 2 AMX 5100s. And, well, they might be reloading fairly soon. And Faluso right there is going to be, going down to Sun Bao. And Archon 01, he's actually not looking too healthy. He's going to need a little bit of help here because this is not going to work out for him. But Colin 1120 might actually be a little bit preoccupied in the meantime. Does just manage to dodge that one. It's not looking like will he get there in time? No, and there's an AMX 5100 down that line as well. So Colin is going to be trying to help out. Oh, Archon 01 just needs one more shot and he gets it! He gets the shot out before he goes down, and suddenly things just got a lot harder for the SuperNoobs right here. Now they have to deal with 2 IS3s. Excellent angling there for Colin 1120. That AMX 5100 is about 1 or 2 shots. Oh, Colin missing that one. Here's a mobilizer. That AMX is pounding into him. 14% HP. Colin is perma-tracked. Can't do anything. And Archon01 here on 17%. I don't think he's going to be able to do this. But, damn, that was a fair effort from the SuperNoobs right there. If Colin hadn't been tracked, then who knows? It could have gone either way. But very well played to the SuperNoobs right there, evening up the score and sending us into a third map for this one. So let's take a look right here up at the team score. We can see Archon01 was the top damage dealer there for the Horsemen with 1.9 thousand damage, 3 kills as well. Also blocked or ricocheted about 700 damage as well. But Tang in that AMX 5100 there, he knows how to play the AMX. 2.4k damage in that tank, and just about got 2 full clips out as well. So you can see with a very impressive amount of damage, and T-Lock as well, nice 1.5k. Sunbow as well with 1.7k or thereabouts in his IS3. So we can see now, jumping back into the training room, that we will be counting up damage. So of course the team that I think won the quickest decides what side they're on in the tiebreaker match. And of course, tiebreaker match here is actually steps. So we're gonna be seeing lots of steps today, I think. Actually, let's go ahead and take a look at the grand finals. We've got so the grand finals are actually on steps today as well. So there you go, lots of steps today. Alrighty, but we've got SuperNoobs saying you win, choose the base. Okay, so Horsemen need to choose their side here for steps, and I'd say the Horsemen, I want to say that they'd choose attack here on steps, but not too sure. Alrighty, so there we go, and we're on to steps, and well, very close amounts of damage as well, but it's looking like the Horsemen did end up dealing over the course of those 2 battles 17,649 damage versus the SuperNoobs 15,723 damage. So there we go. We are getting the Horsemen pick defense here on steps, which is fair enough. I think that's not bad. We've got Faluso there picking 2 T54 lightweights to start off with. SuperNoobs picking 2 of those as well. And I'd be expecting both of these teams' lineups to just basically be full of T54s. Alrighty, we've got a couple more tanks locked in there. So we've got an RU251 and an AMX 12T for the SuperNoobs. On the attack, a T54. So basically the Horsemen, to no one's surprise, might even be locking in 6 T54s, maybe 5 and an RU. Oh, okay, they're going with a T32. Okay, I was wrong. But we have actually seen their T32. They do a nice sort of 2 flag push and send their T32 around to here, around about here. Could just sit in a nice hold down position there, and push on towards that flag. And we've got a T32 for the last pick for both teams. So I'll let everyone know that we are ready, and should be able to jump into this one very, very shortly to find out which team will be progressing in towards the grand final for today's Go4WoT Asia Cup number 23, and which team will be relegated to the match for third place. So right now we've got everyone just about ready. Falusa, they're just locking in that T54 lightweight. Gorilla, Gorilla and Anti-Lock still waiting for these guys, but should be able to get this one underway very, very shortly. Gorilla, there we go, got his T54 lightweight in. Falusa asking if the SuperNoobs are ready. There we go. Anti-Lock's got his RU251 locked in. Tang just swapping out now as well. And yeah, I think I'm definitely expecting a strong two-flag push, a strong two-flag rush from the Horsemen here. That's what they like to do. You know, it's worked for them quite a little bit before. You know, they've got that T32 going over the hills just in front, acting as a bit of a meat shield for the T54 lightweights that usually head down the river area. Alrighty, so here we are getting the countdown happening. And let's go ahead and get this one underway. So, with 27 seconds left on the clock, it's time to find out whether the Horsemen can take out the SuperNoobs on the attack here on steps, or whether the SuperNoobs defense will be too strong. Alrighty, and I think we might even run through the Horsemen's lineup one more time once we get this one started. So we have got, for the Horsemen right here, who are actually picking defense, Colin 1120 in the T32, Faluso in the T54 lightweight, Gorilla is going to be in his T54 lightweight, Just Rex in the T54, as well as Nundesu, Archon01 and Spencer, and they're doing their kind of trademark push one tank right up the hill kind of defensive strat, which they have done before. I mean, yeah, I'm not sure if I'm a massive fan of it. Last time they did it, I don't think their tank that was pushed up the hill actually managed to really do enough. Up on the hill, kind of missed lots of shots and didn't really impact on the game that much. But there we go. Nundesu is up the hill there, using that powerful engine of the T54 to drag himself the rest of the way up. Being very careful not to knock down any trees to give away his position. And he's going to be perched up there pretty happily, I think. He's getting himself into a nice spot to look at the two flag. And he should be fine. In the meantime, though, we've got some of these other T54s pushing up a little bit, maybe trying to exert a bit of early pressure on the SuperNoobs. It's going to be Gorilla, Faluso, and Just Rex here. Just getting themselves on towards this little hill. But let's flick over towards the SuperNoobs side and see what they're seeing. So we've got here pushing towards that one flag. The last as well with that T54 lightweight. We're moving up, so it's looking like a one flag push here for the SuperNoobs. Which I mean they've got fairly standard lineup. I mean almost a mirror lineup, except the SuperNoobs do have that RU251, which I actually quite like on the attack here. It just has that slightly more accurate gun on it, the Spar Panzer. So the rest of SuperNoobs still not firing any. Ooh, just heard the first shot I think come out there from one of the SuperNoobs. Might have been Tang in his T54. There we go. Just kind of blind firing into some of those bushes around the rail tracks there, just in case there's a hidden SuperNoob in them. He's not going to find any, I don't think. Got Colin 1120 in the meantime. He's rotated back now that the base capture has started, and actually taking a shot, but strong turret armor of that T32 means that's going to be a ricochet there. even from the RU251. Oh, and Colin actually does take one there, so let's be a little bit careful of how he's peaking that hill. And deciding to duck back a little bit, but let's flick over towards NT-Lock, see what he sees. And he's definitely got some good eyes on Colin and the rest of where the SuperNoobs are set up. Oh, brilliant shot, and that's why you pick the RU251 in, or that's why one RU251 here is just slightly, you know, always going to be useful on steps. You can do exactly what NT-Lock's doing right here with that gun. I think it has a 0.31 meters dispersion per 100 meters, so it's a very accurate gun on the RU. And yes, its armor's made out of paper, but I don't think NT-Lock is too worried right here as he's just tearing apart Gorilla. Already, I want to say, he's dealt probably more than 1,000 damage, and that's going to be NT-Lock taking down the AMX 12-ton. And he's just having a field day here, like shooting fish in a barrel, as another shot hits Colin, 1120 in his T32. And all this time, the RU251 has been effectively safe on the hill up there. Although it is actually 3 minutes in, and they've managed to take down, well, one tier 8 at the moment. So I have a feeling that the SuperNoobs are going to be making a move fairly soon. We've got NT-Lock pushing up a little bit here. 2 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock here in that AMX 12T. Has restarted the cap back on the 1 flag. As it's looking like right now the Horsemen trying a bit of a rotate here and rotating around, which oh no, I'm not too sure about this. SuperNoobs though, they're looking pretty good. They're actually pushing right up towards the Horsemen as Ironhide gets bumped a little bit, and we're going to be seeing the brawl breaking out right here in this sort of A6, A7 area. Faluso is going to be the target there for the RU251. Drop down to 62% HP. Colin 1120. Will a ram finish him off? No, 1% HP. The last has to use a shell to finish Colin off. Just Rex taking down the last. Arcono1 taking down Faluso as well. So right now it's looking very good for, oh no, Arcono1 actually taking down Faluso. A friendly fire there. Oh no, that is not what you're looking for. And the Horsemen drop down to 3 tier 8 tanks remaining. It is not looking good for them. Gorilla on 23%, Just Rex on 60%. And right here, the SuperNoobs are in hot pursuit of the last 3 remaining tanks for the Horsemen. You know, they actually only have to hold out for 1 minute and 17 seconds. So that's a potential option for them. Just Rex there is going to be, oh, missing that shot. Can't get the reset. As Gorilla, can he get the reset? We've actually got the timer ticking down to below 1 minute right now. So obviously the Horsemen here can't win. Ooh, they can't win by taking out the enemy team, but maybe Nandesu. Oh no, he just needs 1 reset right here. The base cap is on 85. Oh, dodges him. Can he get the reset? No, can't quite get it there. Oh, and the second shot ricochets, but the base is captured right there. That would have been an absolutely hero play if he could have got that reset. Not going to happen though. There we go, and that is going to mean that the SuperNoobs, in a deserving win, a close win however, take out the semi-final. So there we go, and we can see up the top there NT-Lock just had a field day in the RU251. 3k damage, 25 shots fired, 14 hits, and that's why you pick the RU on the attack, on the attacking side of Himmelsdorf. So GG's coming out right there. And guys, we're going to be jumping off to a short little break now. Do not go anywhere after this. The 3rd place final of the ESL Asia Go4WoT Cup number 23 will be starting up. I'll see you soon.